We are back with more Fathom, so let's go ahead and get started. Volume 2, Issue 1 of 11. Fathom, J.T. Kroll and Michael Turner. Coy Turnbull, Jason Gordner, Christina Strain, and Dreamer Design Letters. Billions of years ago, a big bang created this planet, a giant rock with with the means to support life, and for the next billions of years, things were relatively calm. Then we came. The dawn of man. We spend our time spanning the globe, covering every possible inch, pushing around every other life form on the planet in order to build a place to hang our hat, or club, or sword, or whatever. There have been many eras since then, most marking times when we fought amongst ourselves, battling over imaginary lines on imaginary maps. There's a great misconception about war. Throughout history, it has always been about one thing: the Roman Empire, the Ming Dynasty, the Great World Wars, and the Cold War. Ultimately, they were not about property or ideology or religion. War wasn't ever about right or wrong. It was about survival. And it still is. While the rest of the world slept, a new threat surfaced from below. A race of beings from the deepest and darkest regions of the ocean with a level of technology that surpasses even our own. We may not know the exact nature of their origin, but that is irrelevant. It isn't my job to understand them. It's my job to destroy them. The history books may never tell this story, but a new era is beginning. The time for our war with the sea has come. Saba, City of the Blue. I've dealt with them before, up close and personal. They are ruthless and dangerous. Violence and a will to dominate are inherent in them. The truth is that much of their existence is still a mystery to us, but I'm not the type to wait around while the sky comes crashing down on top of me. Besides, it was one of their own that attacked us first. The one called Killian tried to paralyze the world with the fear of his blue sun. We didn't start this war. But we damn well will be the ones finishing it. The sight of such destruction is almost unbearable. My rage seized towards these attackers, but a greater anger is directed at myself. For this is my fault. Saba is my responsibility, and it appears that I have failed miserably. Thalasar, we've been trying to reach you at the palace since the attack began. The palace is gone, as is most of the western pavilion. Have defense measures been activated? The two remaining towers are doing their best to destroy the death charges before they reach the city, but there are too many of them. And what about our fleet? Gone. The hangars were the first things they hit. In other words, we're defenseless. With the damage to our communication system and the interference from all the debris, our surveillance cameras cannot even confirm who is attacking us. It's the humans. The humans? Why would they attack us? I'll worry about the why later. For now, we have to dig in and wait it out. We haven't the means to go up against their behemoths. Inform the capital city of our situation. We need their help. And if they don't come, then Saba will be destroyed. Garrison of the capital city. Come on, one more. You can do it. There you go, Odal. This is pathetic. Hey, don't beat yourself up. After what Maylander's goons did to you while you were captive, you're lucky to be alive. Yeah, I feel real lucky right now. It's not your fault. Look at who's helping you. Bran learned to walk like a week ago. Don't make me laugh, Siphon. It hurts when I laugh. I want to be done with this. I want to go home. You're still not strong enough. In your condition, the depths of the capital city could be fatal. I know. The pressure. As a warrior, I am trained to be self-reliant. My whole life has been about surviving on my own, about not needing anyone else, and I never thought I did until it was too late. Cask is gone. Perhaps forever. After my parents died, he raised me and trained me. He was my mentor, my leader, my father. It seems like losing him has become something of a pattern. First, a human named Maylander kidnapped him from Shepherd's Field. Then Councilman Marquises betrayed us all during the rescue mission by taking Cass for himself. Obviously, he had his own agenda the entire time. Finally, I was forced to watch Cass walk away from me when he chose to return to the sea with his kind, the Black. I have others in my life that are close to me, Bran, Siphon, yet I still feel alone, and that scars me. But with or without Cask, I will go on. I'll fight, because that's all I know how to do. I am the captain of the Council Security Force. I'm responsible for the safety of all Blue citizens, but lately I've been hiding like a frightened child. I am tired, but I cannot sleep, or maybe I can, but I am afraid to close my eyes, afraid that I will see that face. Taurus. One of Killian's dissidents, Taurus died during the Battle of the Blue Sun. Hurling him into the stream of energy, I destroyed him, but that did not stop Vanna from trying to resurrect her son by using me as a host. I tried to ignore it, but the truth is that her attempts were not a total failure. Taurus is inside me, waiting to come out, waiting to take control. I can lock myself away in this room, I can shut out the lights, but I can never truly be alone. As usual, I must bury my inner struggle because I am needed. Cannon, we need you. This is Maythor of Saba. The humans have attacked the city. Our defenses have been destroyed, and we don't know how much longer we can hold out. Please, we need help. We received this distress call 6 minutes ago, but haven't been able to get a signal to them. Prepare for launch. I want all available pilots ready for takeoff in 10 minutes. Cannon, we cannot. What? You know the Council's stance with regard to the outer territories. They were warned about settling in such shallow waters. The Council told them they could not be protected. Could not, or would not? Sorry about that. They are our people. We cannot just leave them to die. I have my orders directly from the Council. They've seen the message, and their decision is final. Maybe for you, but not for me. If I have to, I'll go alone. You won't be alone. Even at top speed, the battle will be over before we even reach Saba. Then we'll just have to do better than top speed. Cannon, isn't Saba the other way? There's a hydroport around this ridge. It will get us there in minutes. A hydroport? They've been deactivated for years. I thought they weren't safe. They are completely safe if you know what you're doing. Well, do you? Shut up, Brand. Just strap in and hang on. Admiral, the fighters have reached the perimeter of the city. Instruct the Achilles and the Ajax to cease all depth charge deployment and stand ready. Send in the second wave. Sir, I'm getting readings of an energy signal outside the city. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. What's this? Something new? Send Bravo Squadron to check it out. An energy signal? That could be anything. Look, we found it, whatever it is. It's some kind of whirlpool. I've never been through one of these before. The ship's controls are not responding properly. It's normal. Everything is a little fuzzy when you're inside the hydroport. Is anyone else feeling nauseous? Looks like we have company already. Quick, Kiani, veer off before we hit them. They're still quite a ways off. Not for long. Look out! Cannon! We are too late. This war could very well be the end of us all. Aspen, where are you? We need you. Aspen! Aspen, wake up! I said it's time to get up. Are you hearing me, Aspen? Come on. Excuse me. Let's try that one again. You got swim practice in 20 minutes, and I go on duty in 15. So unless you want to walk there, I suggest you get your little butt moving. Are you hearing me, Aspen? Come on. I wish I could believe that I'm really here, back in San Diego with Captain Matthews, the man who raised me since I was a little girl. Aspen, but I know it's not true. My environment brings it all back to me. I'm in the lair of the black, mythic figures from the past of the blue that seem to be as real as ever. They kidnapped me and dressed me in this bizarre outfit. This is without a doubt the strangest thing that's ever happened to me, and given my past, it's saying a lot. See the Aspen Extended Edition. For so long, I couldn't remember anything about my life before turning up on the ship, the Paradise. Even after I came across the Blue and learned the truth about my history, that I was one of them, even then, it was a blur. But something about these beings reminds me of my childhood with the Blue, and reminds me of my mother. I've always yearned to understand my place in this world, to truly know where I came from and who I am. But I never imagined being afraid of the answers I might eventually discover. They aren't even following me. It's as if they don't even care that I'm here. An odd way for one's abductors to behave. But I'm not going to complain. I just want this nightmare to be over. I don't belong here. I don't belong here. Kask! Yes, Aspen, you do belong here. To be continued. Okay, Chapter 2. Or volume. Issue 2, rather. 2 of 11. It's a lot. I imagine that I'm the last person you expected to see down here, but when the black appeared on the beach, I knew I had to go with them. It was the only way I could hope to find you. You mean, you're one of them? You are a black? In a word, yes. So what are you? What are they? What do they want with me? I'd wanted to answer your questions under calmer conditions when we last saw each other. It must have been hard for you to wander about for so long without truly knowing who you are or where you came from. And for that I'm sorry, but your days of living in the dark are over. The time has come for all to be revealed. Saba, City of the Blue. Brave. Stupid, but brave. This is bad. And it's about to get a whole lot worse. Sometimes diplomacy is not an option, and neither is restraint. Sometimes using full force is the only way to survive. This way. Thalassar, are you okay? How do you think, Canon? My city is under siege, and what you see here is all that remains of my fellow citizens. This is it? I have to assume if there are any others, they have already fled the scene of this carnage, or they're dead. Sorry we didn't get here sooner. Anything, Kiani? Still clear, but who knows for how long. Doesn't look like there are many places left to hide. Now the reinforcements have arrived, we must develop an attack plan. Going after one ship at a time is pointless. We will strike with precision at the very heart of our enemy's forces. They will pay for what they've done. Thalassar, wait! I didn't come to save the city. I came to get you out of here. I will not let my city fall. You are focusing on the wrong thing. Buildings do not make a city, Thalassar. It is the people. Look around you. Save your people and you will save your city. Out there in the open, how far do you think we will get before they catch us? Our ships aren't fast enough to get away. I'll get you to safety. Before all else, there was a great nothingness, an area of blackness that could not even be called space. Then there appeared a great something to fill the void. A spark, a planet, water. Each branched off from the same form, but ultimately traveled along very different paths. 2 forms, 2 paths, 2 worlds. Life. Over the course of time, energy grew, matter collided, and forms took shape. On this planet, life began not on the surface under the watchful eye of the nearest star, but under the surface in the water. It expanded, transforming into a host of forms. From life came more life. Where one form was, 2 forms became. Such was the case with the creation of the blue and the humans. This is incredible. One above and one below. And the black? Again, different life, but also coming from the same point of origin. Whereas the blue found their place centrally in the oceans, the black went deeper, reaching towards the very bottom, moving as close to the center of the creation as possible. You know, many of the humans think we are some kind of alien race. Those that know of us anyway. I am not surprised. Humans have a tendency to focus on the differences rather than the similarities. It would make it harder for them to treat us as they do if the humans acknowledged the link between us. So where do I fit into all of this? Aspen, you're something else altogether. Saba. Everyone, relax. We're going to be okay. Thalassar, do you think we can really make it? We wouldn't be here if I thought we couldn't. This is crazy. We won't survive long in these open waters. Trust me, Thalassar. We won't be exposed for much longer. Cannon, I'm picking up something on the rear scanners. 3 fighters approaching fast. How soon till they reach us? Too soon. Kiani, maintain your course. I'll give you some breathing room, but it's going to be up to you to maneuver for the hydroport. Can you do it? I think so. Wait, I should be the one to go. These people are my responsibility. Exactly, which is why you're staying with them. Time is running out. Whoever is going better go. Cannon, we will not forget what all you have done this day. Just as long as you remember, I need something to hold over your head. Maybe this wasn't such a good idea. I hope they make it through. What am I saying? I hope I make it through. Huh? Could have sworn I saw someone there. Nobody's ever tried using the hydroport without a ship, but I guess there's a first time for everything. Besides, sticking around here seems like a bad idea. Poor little Cannon, afraid to go forward, afraid to go back. Shut up. Shouldn't we follow him? Be my guest. I'm not going into that thing. Who knows what the hell it would do to our ships? Aspen, are you okay? What an odd question. My life is nothing but a mishmash of forgotten memories and second-hand accounts. I want to believe you, Cass, but this all feels the way it did when Cannon told me how I ended up on that ship, the Paradise. A brother I could not even remember, and I were running from Killian, the man that killed our parents. When that bright light came, I thought it was one of the weapons from his ship, but it was something else. I remember seeing the look on my brother's face. He had the most frightened eyes I'd ever seen. That was the last time I saw him. Why did he do it? Why did Killian kill my parents? For the same reason he eventually recruited you for his cause. He learned of your true heritage and knew of the power you might possess. Power he wanted to manipulate for his own endeavors. My heritage? You mean that my father was not a blue? You know? Just before the Black kidnapped me, I dreamed of a childhood memory all but lost to me. I saw my mother talking secretly with a figure wearing armor similar to that of the Black. They never even knew I was there. I couldn't hear the whispers, but I knew their secret. He was my father, one of the Black. That is true, Aspen. It's why Killian wanted you. He knew that you were the result of a union between the Blue and the Black. In his mind, you were the daughter of a mortal and a god. For that is how the Black are perceived by many of the Blue. So they died because of me. Killian killed them, and what do? I help him achieve his goals. But you didn't. You saw through the truth before it was too late, and you stopped Killian instead. None of that changes the fact that your mother is gone, but you still have family, Aspen. What are you saying? Would you like to meet your father? I knew the hydroports were a natural phenomenon, bending distance as well as time, but I had no idea they were so vast. It looks like miles and miles of open space. But that's impossible, isn't it? Are you talking to me? Most definitely not. I was not talking to you, Taurus. Maybe it's just me, but I'm sensing some hostility from you. I have to concentrate and stay focused, otherwise I'll never find my way out of here. Instead of giving me the cold shoulder, how about a thank you for helping me out back there? What are you talking about? Don't play dumb. Since when do you know how to transform water into its solid form? Face it, Cannon, I saved your ass. I got more power than you know what to do with. Oh yeah? Then why was it your ass that was tossed into the blue sun? Okay, I'll give you that one. You got the best of me back then, but as you can see, I was down but not out. Next time, you'll be the one lost, Cannon. There's the opening I'm looking for. You hear me, Cannon? This conversation is over. Made it. My head is throbbing, but I can't tell if it was from the journey or my unwanted passenger. Whatever the case, Taurus seems to be gone for now. But where is everyone else? Cannon! Krieg. I'm sorry to be the one doing this, but we all have our duties. Cannon, for violating the mandate of the Council, I am hereby placing you under arrest. To be continued. Volume 3. Or, Issue 3. We're in Volume 2 still. 3 of 11. For the better part of my life, I have served the city of Myria. More than just being the capital city, Myria is the life force of our people, a beacon for all we are and all that we have achieved. Over the years, my return has always brought me a renewed sense of hope. That was. Until today. Stand aside, Kiani. Release him. What are you doing? What does it look like? Cannon is under arrest. Just say the word, Cannon. I'm fine, Kiani. This doesn't make any sense. My city was destroyed, and if it wasn't for Cannon and the others, we might all be dead. I have my orders directly from the Council. If you have issues with their decision, take it up with them. Don't worry, we will. I once asked my father what made a great soldier. He told me that it was the ability to follow orders with complete conviction. When I asked him about being a great leader, he said that it was knowing when to give your own orders and learning to handle the consequences with that same conviction. I don't see much choice in living with the consequences. That decision appears to have been made for me. As far as the conviction goes, will I ever know if I did the right thing? This is getting a bit ridiculous. I mean, how many fathers can I have? Captain Matthews raised me... Excuse me, let me go back. Captain Matthews raised me on the surface when he found me aboard the Paradise. Then there was the man married to my mother in the world of the Blue. And now the latest. Apparently my birth father is a member of this dark and brooding race called the Black. Hallmark would make a fortune on me come Father's Day. Cask? No, Aspen. My name is Roger. I am your father. I do not remember you like this, but I do remember your armor and this mask you wear. You came to see my mother. I saw you then, and I just knew, the way she touched you, the way you both looked at me. You have her eyes. Do you often go around abducting your long-lost daughters? Our relationship with the rest of the world is strained. We survive by concealment and rarely venture beyond our realm. I could not simply walk into the world of the Blue, or ashore for that matter, and call out to you. Why not? Aspen, I just don't know, I just don't know how you expect me to feel about all this. I don't even know you. I understand. I cannot change what's happened to you over the years. Your mother and I had you in secrecy, but there was no way for us to be together. In the end, we decided it'd be best for you to stay with her. But I'm your father, and you are my daughter. So why wait until now to come for me? I'm assuming I haven't been exactly flying below your radar. Our world is in peril, and you are needed. Like us, you are a being of the water. While every creature on the planet receives their life through the water, none are connected to it like the black. Unfortunately, these primitive forms, these humans, fail to grasp the symbiotic nature of their relationship with the water around them. Their every action works towards their own destruction. In ours, we cannot allow them to continue. The time has come once again for them to learn the errors of their ways. Falcon 4, you picking up anything? Negative. He's got to be out here somewhere. He is. Damn it. Can you at least maintain tight formation with me for the flight back to the base? Yes, sir. Oh, well, there is damn it, I am. Maybe you didn't realize it, but in this exercise you were supposed to find the Joker, not the other way around. And then they say that. It isn't easy, training these guys well enough that they can take care of themselves, but not good enough to be a threat to the cannon's people. I wonder how long I'll be able to feign allegiance here as I try to get a lead on locating Aspen. Hopefully not as long as it will take Maylander to finish this war. Densmore, where you headed? The Arizona. Maylander is extending maneuvers. Things must be going well if he's calling for supplies. That ain't all. These guys are hitching a ride as well. Okay. What are they supposed to be? Gotta be SEALs. You can just smell the attitude on them. Catch you later, Chance. This could not be a good sign. Muria, that is unacceptable. Please, Salazar. Ordinances regarding settlement beyond our established territories are quite clear. We cannot intervene with military aid, even to cities as beloved as Saba. Don't hide behind mandates prescribed more than 100 years ago. The laws you are referring to were designed to keep overzealous chancellors from infringing upon other sovereignties in the name of Muria. We were attacked. Many of my people died, and more would have if it were not for Cannon's actions. He saved our lives, and you repay him with incarceration. That's enough. Let us forget that Cannon's actions may have put the entire population in jeopardy. He directly disobeyed the will of this council. His intentions are irrelevant. His actions were nothing short of mutiny, and he will be dealt with accordingly. In the interim, Krieg shall function as the elite commander of the council defense. Krieg, you must be kidding. You talk about mutiny? How about betrayal? Cannon has done more for our people than anyone in the history of the Blue. You councilmen sit on high delegating the laws of the land, but it's Cannon who keeps the peace. Without him, you'd be nothing. If it were up to me, you and the rest of your little band would be sitting next to Cannon as we speak. But fortunately for you, some of the council believed you to be merely soldiers following orders. In that case, you should know that we... Please, Kiani, do not make matters worse for yourself. It's good to see that in the end, cooler heads prevail. I'm afraid we must turn our attention to other matters. Naturally, Thalassar, you and your people are welcome to remain in the capital city for as long as you desire. That's it, then? I really don't see what more you expect from us. No, you don't see. That's quite clear. You're wasting your breath on them, Thalassar. The council does not respond to the opinions of others. They only respond to one thing. Power. I should know. I've been dealing with it my whole life. Do you want to tell me what you were thinking? Do you know how it made me look? To have my own son taking part in Cannon's unsanctioned mission? I was thinking about the people in Saba who were dying, not how my actions might impact your status on the political food chain. That status, you mock, is the only thing that kept you and your friends out of trouble. I suppose I would thank you if I thought you truly did it for me, but you probably figured it would be even more embarrassing to have a son locked up. How could you ignore their call for help? The buildings were crumbling before my very eyes, and the bodies, hundreds of them floating lifelessly among the debris like broken bits of coral. When you are responsible for an entire world, sometimes you have to acknowledge the larger implications of your decisions. Saba is just one small sediment. Muria alone has 10 times its citizens. That's what Thalassar fails to realize, the concept of the greater good. No, Father, it's you who does not realize. Today the council stood by and did nothing while its own people were slaughtered. You think Thalassar is standing alone? He's not. I'm right there with him. And one word spreads of just what happened in Saba, Thalassar will have all the support he needs. And by the way, I'm fine. The power of the Black cannot be ignored. Now with your return, we will move forward together. Don't touch me! I've heard this all before. Killian once spoke as you do. He told me about the destructive behavior of the humans. He also sought to teach them a lesson and stated the importance of my role in his cause. You say you are my father, but all you want out of me is to fight your war for you. I may not know much, but that doesn't sound very fatherly to me. You forget your place, Aspen. As a daughter, you are to obey my wishes. Now that just goes to show how little you know of me. A father who did more than just give birth to me would know how I thrive on challenging authority. I am through with people dictating to me a sense of duty, and I don't see any reason to carry on this little reunion any longer. Goodbye, Father. Not exactly how I pictured that going, but I wasn't about to get railroaded into something again. Father or no father. Wait, I know these markings. This is a cavern below Chanernay, the valley of stairs. This was the focal point of Killian's blue sun. This is the place where I destroyed him. Was it the black that he was trying to reach the whole time? Killian was the one who opened my eyes to this whole world. I trusted him, and he tried to use me as a weapon against the surface world. First him and now Roger. I'm beginning to see a pattern here. Is there no one I can trust? Unfortunate to have gone to all that trouble in obtaining Aspen, only to have her reject her responsibility. Perhaps she is simply not ready to join us. The world does not stop to give one time to prepare for their challenges. One must... I think I said repair. The world does not stop to give one time to prepare for their challenges. One must rise to the task when called upon. That is the true sign of one's character. What now? Eventually Aspen will have to be dealt with, but for now, we shall press on. There is much to be done to prepare for the coming storm. Suddenly this place seemed so foreign to me. I didn't always see eye to eye with Cannon, but at least I respected him. Krieg is nothing but a council lackey. I wouldn't follow him to the cafeteria. I'll have to thank Thalassar for reining me in back there with the council. He's right. Getting myself locked away would not accomplish anything. I have to be careful and figure out what to do now. With Cass gone, there's only one other person I can turn to. Cannon. That's strange. There's no guard at this post. Huh? Kiani, what happened? Who did this? It was Cannon. Saba. Initial estimates put our casualties at less than 10%, which is more than acceptable. Satellite and sonar indicate zero activity within a 50-mile perimeter. Very well. Keep updating the system. I don't want anything getting close to us without ample warning. Yes, sir. Now. Tell me again about the one that got away. To be continued. Number 4. Oh, we got multiple covers on number 4. Cool. Oh, more multiple covers. I like that. She's wearing her father's armor. Ooh, we got another one on 4. Okay. Several covers on 4, right? Hotel de Coronado, San Diego. So, baby, you enjoying yourself or what? Hell yeah, this place is awesome. The beach, the spa, the room service. But what's the special occasion? I mean, we haven't been dating for a year. I've been thinking we got a good thing going here. And, well, oh, you know you're fine. Yeah, and I've been thinking about what's next. I mean, I think I'm ready for... Huh? Whoa, honey? Ready for what? Ready for what? Taz? Never mind, baby. Damn, now, she's fine. It seems like I've been underwater for years, being kidnapped by an ancient race of beings called the Black, and getting dragged to the absolute bottom of the world can tend to have that effect on you. Hard to believe it's only been a few months. I miss this place, the heat from the sun, the wind on my face, the dryness in the air. I can't believe Roger thought I would help him destroy this world. I guess I should refer to him as my father, but it just doesn't feel right. And no matter where I may have actually come from, this is still my home. Speaking of which, I've never wanted to crash on my sofa so much in all my life. A shower and a change of clothes would be nice too. I smell like wet carpet. Yeah, what do you want? Oh, well, hold on. We jumped the gun a little bit. She didn't even knock at the door. So, I'm gonna knock knock. I hope Tyler isn't pissed about me bailing on my share of the rent lately. I wonder what story I could give her that she would actually believe. Actually buy, rather. Reporters have a way of sensing BS when they hear it. Yeah, what do you want? I'm Aspen. I live here with Tyler Kincaid. At least I thought I did. You the water girl? Excuse me? You swim with the dolphins at SeaWorld or something? I'm a marine biologist. Whatever. Tyler got an assignment overseas. A landlord is letting me sublet. Is letting me sublet? Okay, whatever that is. Landlord is letting me sublet for the next 6 months. He said you might show up. Said you were like Tyler, but a brunette and thinner. Didn't think that was possible. Where's Mateel? Where's the dog? I don't know. Took it with her, I guess. Got some whiskey here if you can find another glass. Thanks, but I think I'll just go to my room. Passions is on in 5 minutes. This is just great. Someone is literally crapping all over my life. Did Tyler leave a number where she can... Excuse me, let's try that one again. Did Tyler leave a number where she can be reached? I think she left a number for the network's European office. It's around here somewhere. I'll look for it during a commercial. Home sweet home. Yeah, right. Cellular customer you're trying to reach is no longer in service. This doesn't make any sense. Why isn't my father's number working? Since he retired from service, Captain Matthews traded in a zip code for a license plate with that motorhome of his, but that doesn't explain why his cell phone is disconnected. Also, smart man. It's like he disappeared. Looks like I'm running out of people to turn to. Has everyone in my life simply checked out? Maybe I have one more chance. Navy, full speed ahead. Muria. We may not have all the facts yet, but we do know that Cannon has escaped and 2 of our soldiers are in the infirmary. Let's get that right. We're all aware of what Cannon has meant to us. He basically is the security force, but our feelings for him cannot affect our duty. Cannon is a fugitive now and must be dealt with accordingly. An initial search for the city has come up empty, but that doesn't mean he isn't still here. We need to find the people he trusts and determine whether or not he's tried to make contact with any of them. Do you get the sense he's talking to us? Like I care. We don't know where he is. Do we? Kiani, wait. The answer is no, Krieg. I don't know where Cannon is, but even if I did, do you expect that I would tell you? What I expect is for you to follow orders. How can you just blindly follow the Council? Because that is my duty as acting elite commander of Council Defense. How can you 3 ignore Cannon's bizarre behavior? Disobeying a direct order to save lives is typical Cannon, but he nearly killed 2 of our men. Doesn't that surprise you? After watching you lock Cannon away for helping to save the people of Saba, nothing surprises me anymore. If that is all, Commander, we have our orders, but I wouldn't hold your breath waiting for us to come through for you. And by the way, Krieg, those shoes you are trying to fill are 5 times too big. The Council is supposed to protect all of us. Oh, we'll try that one again. The Council is supposed to protect us. All of us. When they decided to leave Saba to fall at the hands of the humans, they turned their backs on not only the citizens of Saba, but all of you as well. They sit above us and make the decisions that will affect our lives. We entrusted them with that duty, but it's their lack of decision that has led to so many deaths. Nobody wants an all-out war against the humans, but the Council seems to prefer doing nothing. The security force is designed to protect more than just the Council. How many others must be slaughtered in order to preserve their little corner of the world? Do you think Thalassar's ranting would do any good? I mean, aside from letting off some steam. I doubt it. The Council closed the matter. He cannot even bring it up in session again without an official inquiry from one of the Council members, and you know that's not going to happen. Unless he gets all the people behind him. They'll listen to his words, but acting on them would require too much conviction. Perhaps if they saw what he saw, or what we saw, rather, they would stand with him. There, one of our illustrious council members comes now. Tell me, Kinzin, will the pains of war have to strike at the council directly before you fulfill your duty in defending our people? Thalassar, I can understand your need to lay the blame with us for this horrible event, but sometimes tragedy is just that, tragedy. And when you are given the responsibility to protect someone, then do nothing when they're under attack. Sometimes that's called betrayal, or even murder. The Council's decision is in line with the stance we've taken all along regarding the outer territories. What do you hope to gain by inflicting the people in this by inciting the people in this difficult time? I would hope that you would refrain from using such inflammatory words and simply allow our collective healing to begin. And those that will never heal, what shall they do? San Diego, Naval Base. Give it up, Chance. Up in the sky, you may be better, but I own this court. No way you're getting by me. You're right, no getting by you, but over you is a whole nother story. Yes, that's game. Come on, one more. Nah, winning works up quite a sweat. I got a shower. I got the sizzle, but not the steak. I got the boat, but not the lake. I got the sheets, but not the bed. I got the jam, but not the bread. But hey, I'm big in Japan. I'm big in Japan. Oh, okay. I've heard that song a long time ago. Big in Japan? Oh, really? Jesus, Aspen. Sorry, I didn't see anything, really. Sure. Of all the ways I played this out in my head, running into you like this wasn't one of them. I didn't know how else to get close to you. Yeah, and you are close. I can't believe you're standing here. Part of me never thought I'd see you again. What are you doing here? I'm sorry, but I didn't know who else to contact. I need your help, Chance. I need to find my father. I suck? Dude, I had like 14 rebounds. It hardly counts as a rebound when the ball bounces into your hands. Maybe we should continue this reunion somewhere else. Okay, I'll be by the water. And I'll be wearing pants. And Chance? Yeah. It's good to see you. Later. Are you sure your father just wasn't out of signal range or something? Some of those back roads can be pretty remote. I'm sure. The phone had been disconnected altogether. Something is wrong. I got a friend in personnel. Maybe you left some contact information or something. Give me a little time and I'll see what I can find. To be honest, I'm just glad to see that you're okay, especially with what happened in Saba. What's Saba? I thought it was a pizza place, but apparently it's one of the people in the water. It was one of their cities. Was? Admiral Maylander is starting his own private war against you and Cannon and anyone else who can breathe underwater longer than he can. He attacked the city. He more than attacked it. He's taken it over. I never thought his forces would stand a chance against your kind. But obviously, I was wrong. It appears that Maylander has developed some cutting-edge technology to level the playing field, and I'm not just talking about new ships. He's got experimental weaponry designed specifically to deal with people like Cannon and yourself. Not to mention some highly specialized professionals trained to use them. Admiral! Commander Jenkins! Beta team had a chance to get their feet wet. We picked up a fish face in the northern sector of the city. He didn't put up much of a fight. The stingray proved effective. It must have been one of the lower level ones, though. There was no formation disruption, just termination. Very good, Commander. Keep your men on standby. I may need you sooner than later. Miria, how could I let this happen? An entire city. Lost my city. When I close my eyes, I see their faces. What would my people say if they could speak? What would they say? Would they see me any differently than I see the council? Were they not mine to protect, and did I not fail them miserably? I'm sorry to disturb you. Please, were it not for you and the others, I may not even be alive for you to bother. Besides, the silence carries no solace for me anymore. Too many ghosts are swirling about. What can I do for you? Actually, I wanted to talk about what I may be able to do for you. The council has made nothing but mistakes during this crisis, my father included. I tried to speak with them, but it's useless. They are of one mind in their decision to ignore the situation. But if the matter could somehow be raised, officially during the council session, then they could not keep it from the public. They would be forced to deal with it. Yes, but how? Not one of them will none of them will break ranks and speak up. No, they won't. But since my father is a council member, maybe I can. Damn it, Janine. Those flapjacks ain't gonna serve themselves. Miss, is my watch broken, or is it you? I ordered my omelet an hour ago. Sorry, sir. Neat trick. Sorry, I don't know why I did that, as if using a spoon is such a burden. That's okay. Now, if you could only turn that water into wine, then we could have ourselves a real party. I told you I'd come through for you. What is it? It's your father's address. My friend in personnel let her fingers do the walking through M and voila. I guess he got tired of life on the road and got a little place south of Las Vegas near a dust bowl called Boulder City. Chance, I don't know how to thank you. You could let me control the radio. You didn't have to come with me. You kidding me? I just found you again. There's no way I was going to let you leave. Besides, I love road trips. Cisco Kid, California. To be continued. Volume 5. Issue 5. I don't know why I keep saying Volume 5. I mean, that exists, but we're far from it. Okay. Love that cover. Just one cover this time, guys. Door. Garrison of the capital city. Most of the world is in the dark about what lies below. They gaze into the unknown and dream about what wonders it may hold. Not me. I know what it holds. Some would view this as a burgeoning species, but I see it as a growing army. And let me tell you, there's nothing wondrous about this discovery. Saba. Part of me can sympathize with these men of science. Their objective view of the world must see these sights below the surface as miraculous. I cannot imagine they ever thought that they would make contact with such an advanced form of life only to bring about their destruction. If it were left to them, we'd probably be sending out the biggest welcome mat in the history of the world. We come in peace. Blah, blah, blah. But they are not in charge. This is my call. I'm a man of war, and for me it's all subjective. Very subjective. Eventually in life, all things come full circle. The new motto for war is the same as the old. The best defense is a good offense. History is littered with the dead bodies of those who tried to avoid conflict. The German Jews tried to abide by Hitler's new rules, but they didn't learn until his final solution. They didn't learn about his final solution, rather, until it was almost too late. The same could be said for the Indians during the American expansion. Sometimes if you wait for someone to push first, you never have the chance to push back. I already waited longer than I should have, and Killian almost made us all pay for it. We can't wait anymore. Admiral, we have something. You go through that stuff like water. Care for another? You read my mind. If I hadn't taken that shortcut, we'd probably have been there by now. Guess I should have just trusted MapQuest. Still beats walking. Besides, I don't mind having a bit of extra time to let my head stop spinning. I just wish I didn't feel so anxious. When was the last time you saw your dad? Too long. Even before all this otherworld craziness began, we had been hit or miss. I know how that goes. My father never had time for me, or my brother. That wasn't it. Captain Matthews has always been there for me, but at the same time he was also a bit standoffish, observational parenting or something. After I first went to live with him, I had these terrible nightmares. Whenever I started screaming, he'd come running in, like he was waiting at the door the whole time. Eventually I didn't have to scream. I knew he was close by, and that was all I needed. Maybe that's all I'm looking for right now, just to know he's nearby while I deal with the nightmare my life has become. You call him Captain Matthews? Kind of formal, isn't it? It's a long story. Longer than the story of where you've been all this time? In a nutshell, I was kidnapped and taken to the bottom of the world. Hard to believe anyone getting the better of you. I saw the way you dealt with the last guy who tried to put his hands on you. That Killian dude. This was something else. Someone bigger. I don't really want to know, do I? No, not really. They just can't seem to leave you alone for 2 seconds, huh? It's getting to look that way. I came here because I wanted to put as much distance between me and that world as possible. But after hearing about Mainlander's attack on Saba, I'm starting to have second thoughts. Maybe I should be helping. Are you kidding? I've seen those guys in action. Cannon will have no problem handing Mainlander's ass to him on a silver platter. Besides, if you ask me, you've done more than enough. I mean, who died and made you their savior anyway? I'm sorry, I didn't mean... It's okay. Muria. Unless there's any other matter to discuss, I will adjourn this 87th session of the Council. Excuse me, Head Council Member Alden, I would like to discuss the situation regarding the attack on Saba. That matter has already been decided upon. I would like to revisit it. Such a request can only come from a member of this council. According to Article 62, being the son of the 7th seat of the council, I am a member of this council and have an equal voice to yours, Father. But as you can plainly see, Siphon, the 7th seat is occupied. The article you speak of refers to emergencies involving injury or impairment that may keep a council member from performing their duty. That is open to interpretation, and from where I am standing, it is my father's judgment that is impairing his duty. To refuse me is to go against the very laws that place you in your position above us. Let him speak. Come on, I want to hear what he has to say. Very well, Siphon. Go ahead. My father, Kinson, has spent his life upon the council. He is more versed in public address. I had wished it would be him standing here today to lead the charge, but he has failed me, just as the council has failed us all. For so long we have managed to remain unknown to the world above, but that is changing. Nobody wants war, but we have been attacked. One of our cities has been destroyed and its citizens have been killed. The council's response would be to ignore it. Ignore it! In their decision, they have forgotten that they do not just serve the city of Muria. They serve us all. It does not matter if Saba fell along the wrong side of some line on some map. What matters is that our people were slaughtered without reason and without remorse. We do not live so deep as to be unaware of how the humans treat other life forms on the planet. If we run and cower, why should we think they would view us any differently than a fish or a seal or a crab? I'm not asking for war, but we must show the humans that there is much more to this planet than the world above. There is a world below and it belongs to us. Check you out, Siphon. I don't know how you do it, standing up in front of practically the entire city, chatting as if it were just the two of us. I sure as hell couldn't do it. Who would have thought our little Siphon could be so mature? There is no way I can convey the horror of what happened. Perhaps one person can. Thalassar. Saba was a wonderful city. Kiani should be seeing this. Where is she? I've known her long enough to figure out where she might be. She cradles her independence and thrives on her ability to take care of things herself. She cannot stand that which is beyond her control. When Kask and our other comrades were taken by the humans at Shepherd's Field, no one took the news harder than Kiani, but there were only a few soldiers. In Saba, we've abandoned an entire city. She doesn't have to say anything. I know she wants to go back through the hydroport, even if it means certain death. She would cut and slice her way through as many enemies as possible before she fell. At least then, she would know she did everything she could. No! They're here! I'm surprised to see the humans venturing out from beyond their ships. Nothing in their nature so far has shown me anything resembling courage or honor. Regardless, they've stepped dangerously out of their element by coming here. It's the mistake of rookies. Of not knowing how the environment of the battlefield comes into play. How it can be used against you. As a warrior, I have no sympathy for them. They should know the importance of studying one's enemies. Even the most advanced weaponry cannot ensure victory if you do not understand what you face. Ah! Kiani! Kiani! Kask! No! Stay with me, Kiani. Stay with me. Is this it? It has to be. Home sweet home? Hardly. Ring, ring. Guess we should have called first. You had a number all this time? No, it's just something you say. It's unlocked. Should we just go in? Hey, your family. Hello? This him? Good-looking guy, and I mean that in a very heterosexual way. This is weird. It just doesn't feel right at all. I mean, why would he end up living way out here? I knew this guy in high school, Chad Murphy. Man, he loved cheeseburgers. But after working an entire summer at Burger King, he couldn't even look at one without becoming physically ill. You're saying he moved to the desert to get away from burger joints? No. My point was that maybe your dad just got sick of the water. You don't know him. He loved the ocean. That's why he stayed in the service for so long. Captain Matthews? Aspen. Dad? Is that you, Froggy? Yeah, it's me. I've been having the craziest dreams lately, and can't be any crazier than moving out to the middle of the desert. What are you doing here? Desert? It's real. But then, Aspen, you have to get out of here. What's going on? It's a trap! Chance! I'm here. Not that I could have gone anywhere anyway. This is all starting to make sense. To you, maybe. It's Maylander. He knows about you, Aspen. He knows. Oh, shit. Number 6. Volume 2, 6 of 11. The only thing stranger than a ship going missing for 10 years, then showing up as though a day hadn't passed, is having a little stowaway jump aboard in the middle of the ocean. I knew the moment she stepped onto shore that there was something different about that girl. Once I discovered that the woman who survived the destruction of the DMD was that same girl, there was no question that she was involved in all of this. You managed to fly below the radar for a while, Aspen Matthews. But not anymore. Alpha Team approaching site. ETA 4 minutes. Alpha Team, this is Control. Proceed with caution. Target subject has been confirmed. Threat Con Delta. Subdue and detain. All others are expendable. You shouldn't have strayed so far inland, Aspen. Now what will you do? They're creating a vacuum. We'll be on the floor in minutes. It's not the air they're trying to remove. It's the moisture in the air. Stay low. What are you going to do? Try to get us out of here. That's quite the little daughter you've got there. Don't I know it? Are you guys coming or what? Aspen, where'd they come from? She's still breathing, but we need to get her out of here. Come on, my car is this way. Hurry! Come on! Where are we going? Away from here for a start. After that, I really don't know. Any idea where you can get a bottle of water around here? Is she gonna be okay, Brand? Vitals are strong, but she's been unconscious the entire time. What happened to her? She transformed into water. But how is that possible? All I know is what I saw. One of the humans that came through the hydroport zapped Kiani with some kind of weapon. She began to transform right in front of me. Do you think, could Kiani be an elite? I don't know. She's always been somewhat shut off from the rest of the security force, but I can't believe she would have kept something like that from us. Maybe we just don't know Kiani as well as we thought we did. Siphon, I need to speak with you now. If you're looking to chastise me for my actions before the council, you should reschedule. Right now, my concern for Kiani will overshadow whatever guilt you want me to feel. I came to congratulate you. You wanted the council to place more focus on the conflict with the humans, and they are planning to do just that. I'm sure it has more to do with the incident at the hydroport than the attack on Saba. Regardless, you got what you wanted. The council is currently preparing to consider possible response scenarios. You should be there. Me? After your speech, it was decided upon that you should take over my seat on the council. Permanently. What? But that doesn't make any sense. As if that were necessary. You said it yourself. I failed the people. The council failed the people, not just you. Yes, well, we can't all be martyrs. You mean scapegoats. That too. The council had to do something to regain the faith of the public. They needed to show them change. That's where you come in. But I don't know the first thing about being on the council. You really just need to learn to compromise. With the rest of the council? No, with your ideals. You're about to learn that leading the many is more complicated than following the few. Siphon! Siphon! What is it? What's going on? He's back! Cannon! Stand aside! Out of the way! Welcome back, Cannon. We've kept your cell vacant for you. Krieg, inform the council of my return. I need to see them at once. That sounded an awful lot like an order. Yes, it did, didn't it? Old habits die hard. Trust me, they would want to hear what I have to say. I didn't come back to justify my actions concerning Saba. We've already had that discussion. I'm here to answer for the breakout. You are all familiar with my report detailing my encounter with Queen Vanna a few years ago that led to her subsequent death. I left out one key element. While I was her prisoner, Vanna tried to use my body as a host in order to resurrect her son, Taurus. Her attempt failed, or so I thought. But the truth is that Taurus has returned. In a matter of speaking, his mind and spirit lives on, trapped in my body. For too long I have struggled to keep him locked away in the deepest regions of my mind, but he has grown stronger. Even now I can feel him inside me, tugging at my psyche as he vies for control of my body. See Cannon Hawk miniseries. Taurus? Vanna, that witch. Only she would try something so deviant. Then we must see to it that you are more securely restrained. You are no doubt a danger to everyone around you, including yourself. Yes, Councilman Alden, but there is more. I have recently learned that Killian's dissidents, now led by Barana, have obtained an extremely powerful energy source that was a byproduct of his blue sun. While I do not know the extent of the energy's potential, we cannot allow it to remain in their hands. Barana must be stopped. It seems we are to be pressed upon from all sides. In your absence, the humans have struck again, this time even closer to home, especially for you. What do you mean? I'm afraid it's Kiani. Casket always suspected that she was an elite blue, but while the ancestral bloodline is necessary, there is no guarantee her There's no guarantee. Her parents died when she was so young that her heritage was always in question. Even Kosk was unsure what the future would hold for Kiani. We had no idea she even had the potential. Neither did she. Whatever weapon the humans used against Kiani, it must have triggered her innate abilities. Such a forced transformation must have been excruciating for her. There's no telling what effect it might have on her. Cannon, your ship is ready for departure in Hangar 7. Krieg wanted me to inform you that he'll meet you there. Tell him we're on our way. I still can't believe he's coming with us to find Barana. It wasn't open for debate. Given my recent track record, the Council doesn't trust me. Can you blame them? Perhaps not. But for what it's worth, I trust you. Yeah, a hell of a lot more than I'll ever trust Krieg, no matter who is bouncing around in your head. Siphon, come on. I can't go with you. I'm needed here. That's okay, Siphon. Krieg will take up 2 seats anyway. When Kiani excuse me, let's try that one again, guys. When Kiani wakes up, tell Sleepyhead that she missed a good fight. I will. Bran, be careful. It has been a long time since the 3 of us trained together under Cannon. I had thought we would always stand side by side on the battlefield fighting to keep our people safe. Now it seems our courses of actions are leading us to play different roles. I was never the soldier that you were, Bran, and not even close to being as accomplished as you, Kiani. But I did my best, and will still do so. I just hope I can live knowing others go to fight in my place. How's she doing? Not good. She's terribly dehydrated. Her skin is dry and cracking. She feels brittle. At least she's breathing, but she's still unconscious. Let's see. Do I have any water here? Might be a good idea. Yeah, better than nothing. It is like very hot right now. Oh, I guess it was just... okay. I wish I was unconscious right about now. Ooh, I don't, but let's try that one again. I wish I was unconscious right about now. Hang on. Is this gonna work? I sure as hell hope so. Oh, they're going to the dam. Damn. Screet! Hey, you can't park there. Go ahead and write the ticket. I'll add it to my pile. What if she drowns? She can't, can she? I don't know. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You see anything yet? No. You? Nope. Freeze! Down on the ground, now. Who? Us? Where's the other one? I don't know what you're talking about. The girl. Where's the girl? Girl? Hey, if you guys are looking for a little release, the chicken ranch is only a few minutes away. Hell, I'll even treat. Last chance. Where is Aspen? Oh, wow. They're about to find out. Let them go! To be continued. Number 7. Okay. Wow. How can such a sight be so beautiful and at the same time disturbing? My grandpa Leo used to ask himself that. He was in the Coast Guard for over 20 years, spending most of that time on an icebreaker off the coast of Alaska. I was just a kid when he would tell me about the ice and how he could watch it form on the surface of the water, listening to it crackle to life with a brisk morning breeze. It was alive, he would say. It moved, it breathed, it had a purpose. He didn't like knowing that it was his job to break it up. It was as if the world was trying to mend itself, but I was there to tear it all apart again. He felt he was fighting against nature itself, but what could he do? He was a soldier, and orders were orders. I said, let them go! Target acquired! You heard her, monkeys. Get your filthy paws off us. Take her down, hard, but alive. These guys mean business. Looks like I'm gonna have to fight fire with fire. Metaphorically speaking, of course. I think we better find something to hang on to. You think? Stay down! You remember how to use one of these? Sure, point and click. Not to belabor the point, but just so we're clear, we are about to open fire against the U.S. military, right? Don't worry, Chance. If we make it to the court-martial hearing, just tell them who fired first. Right. Take cover. Alpha Team, I got your pest. Stay on target. Ah! Chance! Bastards, you kidnapped my father, chased us halfway across the state, and now you shot the only friend I have left around here. Orders or no orders, time you got what's coming to you. Uh-oh, maybe I had that part backwards. No! Wow. We gotta get out of here! Wait, if the dam breaks, a lot of people are gonna get slammed by a ton of water. Aspen! I'll do what I can. I don't like reaching so deep into my powers like this. It reminds me of the last time at the Blue Sun when I put an end to Killian and his megalomaniacal tendencies. It scares me, knowing just what I'm capable of. Anything? Nothing. Visibility up there is near zero. I had to bring her down. Rain's too heavy. Great, can't wait to radio this one in. Control, this is Alpha Team. Structural breach to the dam has been stabilized, but the damage is done. The target is gone. Repeat, the target is gone. Miria, no, I see your point, Councilman, but our people demand that we respond. But war? We've been at this all morning and nobody's saying anything new. It's just empty rhetoric. They must think if we debate the issue long enough, the matter will resolve itself. This was an isolated attack by a small representation of the human population. War would expose us to the entire world above. We cannot afford to become humanity's great threat. This isn't a matter of either choosing to go to war or appearing disconnected from our people's wishes. The two options are not mutually exclusive. If I may finish my thought, Saba is gone, and there's no reason to reclaim the city through direct conflict. But we can do something to put the people's minds at ease regarding this latest attack so close to our home. And what would that be? Disable the hydroport system. That's the reason the humans were able to reach us in the first place. Sever the link and we sever the trail from Saba to us. Councilman Alden, the hydroport system allowed us to rescue Thalassar and the others. It's the only thing connecting our cities in times of need. True, but we need to neutralize the immediate threat and worry later about hypothetical ones. I just don't see how this will neutralize the threat. This human force will still be in Saba and still be hunting after us. We will be beyond their reach, and that would be good enough for the people. Siphon, the masses do not want war. They want protection. They want safety, and that's what we'll provide. Being on the Council Security Force is about as far from civilian as you can get. Still, somehow, I felt connected to the people. Now, though, wearing this robe, I suddenly find myself an outsider. I know their eyes are all focused on me. I can hear the doubt in their whispers. What would they say if they knew that no one has more doubt about my ability than I do, except for maybe my father? Life was easier as a soldier. I just had to remember the training when the time came on the battlefield. Move and countermove with my answers. But I have no answers for my new duty. There's no training for this mission. Nice pajamas. Bran, Thalassar. Congratulations, Councilman Siphon. Maybe some new blood will be able to get the council into gear. Thanks, I hope so. So do I bow, or is there some ring I'm supposed to kiss? Shut up. How did your mission go? Not one of our brighter moments. Barana got away, and Cannon is gone until he can take care of that monkey on his back. On the plus side, though, Cannon did clock Krieg a couple of times. How is Kiani? The same. I haven't had the time to check on her in a few days, but I was on my way there now. I thought that by staying behind I could help the council move forward, but their solution is no solution. I'm afraid everything is just as you left it. Apparently not everything. Where's Kiani? From as far back as I can remember, Koss told me about my unique connection with the water. I used to think it was just a bit of his philosophy of life, something he shared with all of his students. But after what happened to me, it all makes sense. He told me I was special. He told me I was different. And Koss was right. Why would she be in here? If you were Kiani, where would you go after getting blasted by the humans? Good point. Kiani? I am. Hey, boys. Forecasted clear skies, but a sudden formation of storm clouds brought rain along the entire high desert. The heavy rains caused major flooding in areas south of the Hoover Dam, but so far no serious injuries or damage have been reported. Thanks to you, it sounds like the only thing injured was the credibility of a few meteorologists. That and Chance's shoulder. He'll be okay, he's a good guy. Good enough that he didn't deserve to get shot because of me. You're gonna blame yourself for that? I don't know. Maybe. It was your fault, huh? Just like it was your fault for what happened to me. Well, wasn't it? Or is it standard policy for the Navy to kidnap and drug their retired officers? No, I suppose it's not. Look, Aspen, I cannot imagine what you've been going through over the past few years. Hell, I don't know what it's been like for you, for all of you, for you. I don't know what it's been like for you for all of your years. I tried to help you, but I really didn't know how. I mean, who was I to give someone like you advice? My father. That's who. That's all I ever wanted to be to you. Excuse me, that's all I ever wanted to be to you, but I never felt like I fit the role. You did more than you know. You never dictated to me. You always gave me the freedom to make up my own mind. Well, except for Brad Willison. Who? He was my prom date senior year. You thought he wasn't a gentleman. And? You were right, but I set him straight. I'm sure you did. I guess I knew my career would keep me away most of the time, so making all of your decisions for you wasn't an option. Besides, I figured it would be better for you to learn how to make them for yourself. You know, teach a person to fish, blah, blah, blah. It looks like it paid off because you've become quite a woman, Aspen, but that isn't to say that I wouldn't help you in any way that I could. I know. So, how can I help? You already have. Okay. There you are. Yeah, my ass was getting splinters from the picnic table. Sorry if we monopolized the car. It's my own fault. I should have stolen us a sedan. How's your dad doing? He's fine. We were wondering how you were doing. It's nothing. I cut myself worse when I shave. Guess this will teach you to show off. Absolutely. If it's all the same to you, next time I'll just give flowers. This whole taking a bullet thing is overrated. My hero. So what now? First things first. I need to get you and my father somewhere safe, which means someplace away from here and away from me. I'm not sure if I like the idea. If Maylander comes looking for me again, I don't want anyone else between us. I'm through letting people use those I care about to get to me. I know I'm asking a lot, but I need someone I can trust to keep an eye on my father. Don't worry, after shooting at the tiger sharks, I don't think I want the Navy to find me either. I'm sorry, Chance. I'm sure when you agreed to help me, you didn't think it would destroy whatever career you had in the military. Aspen, I quit that life a long time ago. The only reason I came back was so that I could find you again. Is that right? Yeah, so go ahead and flatter yourself. Oh, isn't that nice? Uh-oh. Get behind me. You serious? Sorry, reflex. Doesn't look like Maylander's goons. No, I think it's someone else who can't take a hint. Roger, leave me alone. I have nothing to say to... You? Oh, wow. Alright. 8. Looks like Kiani is getting involved. It's a great place to stop, right? So, I know, I think I did some of these already, but now we did 1 to 8, and I'll just come back and do more of these. I'm going to try to really kick up the comics, at least this month. Let's try to kick up the comics a little bit. Haven't done a lot of comics, been doing a lot of AVNs on the other channels. Sorry about that, guys. I know YouTube still staying strong. Definitely sub and like. Let me know what you think. Gonna do more. Got way more plans, so let's get started on bringing these comics back. At any rate, this is the Grim Lord, and I'm out on Grim's Comics Corner, and I'll see you next time.